Midday, featuring guest appearances from 24kGoldn, Buddy, Bia, Zack Bia, DJ Millie, and music by 1500 or nothing. And now, here's our host, IDK.
Everybody make some noise for 1500 or nothing. Woo! And I'm your host, IDK, and this is an episode of Midday. A lot of people know me for being very self-aware, and I think that is true. I mean, I'm so self-aware that I'm pointing out this upside-down skyline of Los Angeles in the middle of the night when this is supposed to be a daytime TV show. That's pretty self-aware. And yes, I am wearing a suit that cost the price of 1 month's rent in an 800 square foot apartment in Manhattan. But that's besides the point. The most important topic today is credit. Credit is a very important thing to me because without it, I probably wouldn't be able to go vroom vroom in my new AMG, you know? One important thing to note, we're not allowed to say the words financial advice. I didn't curse. Financial advice. Financial advice. Financial advice. Financial advice. Financial advice. Before we bring out our first guest, I want to give a huge shout out to our friends at Credit Karma for helping me improve my financial progress and confidence. There's nothing like checking your credit scores every month and seeing that you're getting one step closer to that shiny new card. I want to bring out our first guest. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from the Bay Area, I want to introduce my friend, 24kGoldn! Wow, so we're here today.
We here today.
So a lot of people don't know, before you actually really started putting out music, I was somehow at your dorm room. I don't remember why we were there, but you were literally sitting there like, hey, this is the song I want to put out. I just did a steal with, was it Columbia, right?
Yeah.
And basically how you were gonna put it out and it was gonna be this big song and all this stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, I was looking at you like, okay, a lot of niggas say that. A lot of people say that. But you actually did it, yo, that's crazy. How many number ones and twos and all that you got?
I can't even keep track of the numbers no more.
What? Many?
I'm just glad people like the music. I'm just glad people like
let me borrow one of them joints. Can I have it? So I want you to describe financial literacy, right? The definition of that in 15 seconds with this band playing loud as I'm not supposed to curse. All right,
let's do it.
You ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
All right, so financial literacy is basically understanding how to budget, manage your finances, and build your money. That's my definition.
Was that it? That was good? Everybody make some noise, yeah. So, do you feel like your money's working for you right now?
I feel like my money is working for me right now.
Yeah.
I've been investing since like 5th grade because I used to do commercials here and there when I was a little kid.
Oh, for real?
So my dad, from a young age, he was like, yo, you're 12 years old, what are you gonna do with this money? Buy Xbox games? No, you don't need to spend all your money doing that. So just putting a couple $1,000s here in Apple stock and stuff like that, Amazon, from a really young age got me hip to the concept that, yo, there's more that you could do with your money than just give it to other people.
Oh, really? So you was rich before the deal?
No, I'm broke, baby, but I had a little game for sure.
Do you have like any moment where you felt like you may not have financial freedom in your future?
Yeah, I feel like that even to this point. You know, things are definitely a lot better than they were a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, but until I'm at the point where I have passive income coming in on a monthly basis that exceeds the cost of my living and my lifestyle, I feel like you don't have financial freedom.
How old are you?
I'm 20.
Wow. To be 20 years old, African-American in this country, and think that way is an amazing thing. And that's inspiration for a lot of different people that's watching, you know?
Thank you.
I feel like there's this shift amongst us where we kind of starting to get to a point where we are starting to be able to educate the younger generations and the people and letting them know the importance of financial literacy. When did you realize like credit was important?
When I was applying for my first
3 years old.
lease, yeah. Probably when I was applying for my first lease, you know, outside of being in a college dorm apartment type of environment. I just left school and I'm trying to get a house and I'm like, yo, none of these people are really, they're not really in with me, you know? Because I'm 20 years old, I just started making money, and I got like one credit card under my mom's name or something like that. So when I was getting denied from these applications and stuff, everyone was telling me, yo, if you had better credit, you know, you could make a lot more work for you. You can make a lot more things work for you.
My experience learning how the importance of credit was, I didn't get on the freshman cover, but I had paper, right? So I was like, man, I always wanted to do this, but I didn't get on it, so I'm gonna just go buy a new car. Yeah. That's what I was thinking, right? I went to go get the car, and they gave me so much trouble because my credit wasn't a certain way, and then the money that I had, the proof of income, because it was entertainment, it was a hassle. I ended up paying a lot more than I needed to pay down to get that car. How much cash do you travel with?
I actually don't keep any cash on me ever.
Oh my God, make some noise for that, everybody. Hey, that's the first time I heard a rapper other than myself say that.
I mean, cause it looks fire when you got the big bankroll or whatever.
Right.
But that's a liability right there.
Right.
Everybody dropped money out their pocket before. If I dropped 10,000 out my pocket, I'd be pretty upset about
100%,
that.
man. That's what's up, man. Well, I appreciate you coming through. You know, like I said, you're one of the best people that I've met in this industry in terms of saying you want to do something and making it happen. You're definitely the same person I met in that dorm room, you know what I mean? And I respect you for that. You know what I'm saying? So thank you for coming on this show. Everybody make some noise for 24kGoldn!
Financially speaking.
Hi, I am DJ Millie.
I'm 24kGoldn.
I'm Buddy, and I represent the blacks.
Growing up, how prominent was the conversation about financial literacy?
Man, it wasn't that prominent, man. The school system is rigged. I had to drop out of college because I started rapping, and I'm thinking like I wasn't aware of how much money I had. I just knew I wasn't broke.
What's the brokest thing you've ever done?
The brokest thing I've ever done. I remember when I first started making money, I was like buying designer. I had to like transfer money out of my savings to like buy something. Now looking back at that, I'm like, that's so gross.
Can you tell us what a fiscal year is?
I feel like a fiscal year is how much money you make within the year.
I know it's like something to do with like taxes and accounting.
Is it like a length of time?
I don't know.
I don't know what a fiscal year is.
It's a year describing the taxes.
So a fiscal year is how businesses divide time basically on that large scale, you know, by quarters. So Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. And within the fiscal year, there's those 4 quarters. And each quarter, they set specific goals or KPIs, key performance indicators, which is basically like, what are these goals that we want to hit in this quarter? What are these goals that we want to hit in this year?
I'll take that, thank you. Oh, my credit score. Like I thought, amazing. Anyways, our next guest comes all the way from Boston, Massachusetts. Amazing. It's so amazing to have you here today.
So happy to be here.
Yes, for sure. And I'm sure you're happy with all the success and all the crazy things that are happening to you right now.
Right?
How do you feel?
It hasn't all the way hit me yet, but I'm so grateful, so excited like for all the support because I've never had this much support my whole career.
So let me ask you this. How did it feel going back on stage after COVID?
It was incredible. Like my favorite thing to do, I felt like with the music, like we love creating, but when I get to go on stage and test a new song, and if I get a crazy response from a song that nobody knows, that's how I know I'm on the right track. So it's like that's the best test is the people. Like
speaking of like records, like Whole Lot of Money, it was doing this thing. I saw it like early. I'm like, yo, this song is fire. It didn't seem like at that time everybody was hip to it, but I'm like, how can a song like this good not feel like it's like a lot of people know about it, right? Then I think it was a week or 2 weeks later, it just went crazy. Like, it was like on TikTok, like stupid. It was like when you go on TikTok, it said hot, something like that.
Popular on TikTok.
Yeah, probably something like that. When you had that song, did you just believe in it so much that you kept pushing it, or?
I always trust my ear. And you know, the people around me, like, I feel like we don't let anything whack come out of our group. We're like, okay, everyone gotta love this, and if they don't, they're crazy. You can't ever just stop believing in your songs. It's like stop believing in your kids.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? It's like they might not catch right away, but you gotta know that that song is for somebody somewhere out there. Like, it just gotta take time to get to them.
So now that you got this remix out and you're making all this money, what do you think your take on financial literacy is?
My take on financial literacy has been like, it's one of the most important things because the decisions you make today, they rule your future tomorrow, so.
Did you come from like a household that taught you financial literacy?
Absolutely not. I came from, you know, I grew up in the projects,
right.
You know what I'm saying, a single parent household. We always had to make it work. I had a job at 14 just because I wanted new Jordans and nobody was gonna buy me those $100 Jordans, so like, you know what I'm saying? I used to work weekends and I always had a job. I worked Foot Locker, Best Buy, bartending. Like, I had jobs that everybody's had, you know, and you gotta really like what you do, and then the money is gonna come.
Yeah. A little bit about my story, like, I was never really good at sports and all these other things growing up, so everybody else had their thing, and I always wondered what mine was.
Same.
So when I started doing music and people were liking it, that feeling that I guess I wanted as a kid started to really come, and I started liking that. And that's really what I was chasing more than money or anything else. I like the feeling of people seeing me do something and respecting it, you know what I mean? So I could relate to that.
And when you're not brought up managing your money the right way, you don't even know how to manage money.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you don't even know how to do credit. I remember when I used to think credit was like, let me go get a credit card and, you know, run it up and pay it off. And like, that's, you know, that's credit. No, that's not credit. Like, your credit is so much more than that.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But nobody teaches you that.
Yeah.
Like, especially where I'm from, it's important. That's why we got to start younger.
If I saw someone like me or someone like you saying stuff like that more often, I think a lot of kids would start to think like that too. So I really want to say, man, thank you so much for coming on here.
Thank you for
speaking
having
to me. You know, I think that the things that you have to say are very important, and I think there's a lot of people out here who are going to be inspired by your conversation, and you're going to inspire somebody to be more financially literate. I appreciate you being on this show. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you for doing this and giving that knowledge to the kids. They need it.
Financially speaking. When's the last time you checked your credit score?
I knew I was about to do this, so very recently.
Actually, I just checked my credit score last week because I was applying for a new place and I got it, so that's why.
Here are your credit scores. How do you feel about them?
That sound about right?
Oh, okay. This is better than I thought.
I'm up there.
Are you good at managing your money?
No.
I think I am good at managing my money.
Why?
I just splurge on impulse.
Because I don't spend more than I make, and I put enough to the side to save for 2 years, so that worst case scenario, I can still keep my lifestyle up.
I'm not that good at managing my money. I like shop too much.
At what moment did you realize credit was important?
Probably like right before the pandemic. My lease was up, I was moving into a new place, and I was just hyper-focused on my credit. I got the vision.
Definitely when I tried to buy my first nice car. Well, at first they were like, you don't really have enough credit for this car. So I had to go back and build my credit for a couple months, and then I was able to get it after a few months. That was a terrible feeling because I just wanted to get it when I wanted it, and then they were like, yeah, you don't have enough credit for it.
What is the worst thing you spent a lot of money on?
I have to say designer clothing and stuff because I will really wear it once and then never wear it again.
Maybe he was buying Dogecoin at the peak of that chart.
Food.
How much?
Way too much. I'd rather not say.
Any words of wisdom?
Credit is everything. It's not how much you got, it's how much you can spend.
Are we rolling?
Zack Bia.
Formerly known as Zack Bia. I'm going undercover today. My name is now Baxia. On behalf of the show Midday, we're gonna be asking some questions about financial literacy today. Do you consider yourself good at managing your money?
Absolutely.
Sure.
The best.
Truthfully, respectfully, no.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I spend it ridiculously, but I still do the right way.
Kinda, to like a certain extent.
Is this something you prioritize?
No.
Yeah, I try.
I try to at least keep like 20% to save.
When I see something expensive, I try to not buy it.
Yo, bro, do this with your money. Go buy some property over here. Go put some investments over here, this and that. Don't go to the strip club.
I think like a wad of cash is cool, but the coolest thing to me is a good credit score.
Very good.
Have you ever checked your credit scores?
No.
Never. Yeah, I just did today, which was really funny.
What a wonderful timing.
I check my credit scores every day.
Every day. Never in
Don't
your
they have
life.
apps for that though? You're like,
Yeah, there are, indeed. If I were to show you your credit scores right now, would you be happy with them?
Maybe not now this second, but in a moment.
They get going.
I'm in the process. I'll keep it real, I'm in the process.
Doing good.
You are?
I'm doing good, man.
If I were to hand you a piece of paper right now with your credit score, would you be happy about it?
Right now, yes. Finally, yeah.
Incredible. I love to hear it. If I were to pull it up right now and show you your credit scores, what do you think about this?
It's not okay.
Do you know what a CPA is?
no.
Can you take your best guess at what it is?
Child Protection Agency.
Okay. Are you familiar with what a fiscal year is?
You want to fill me in?
Fiscal.
Yes, fiscal year.
Say that again.
A fiscal year.
Like similar to a gap year, maybe for college.
Similar to a gap year.
Is it like the financial like tax year, like the whole year where you make money?
You got one right. We're getting a lot of wrong answers and a couple right ones today.
What, was it wrong or right?
No, that was right.
Oh yeah.
What do you think pushed you to prioritize managing your money?
Well, when I was in my early 20s, I became homeless, and it was the last thing I ever wanted to put myself into. So after that moment, I decided to invest instead of, wasting money and,
Start to understand everything.
Exactly.
Wow.
So
after a long day in the sun, we learned a couple things. We taught people a couple things. And overall, I think we realized how important it is to prioritize financial literacy. Back to you, checking out. Now I'm Zack again. See you guys later.